about to make my spanakopita, and I put my greens to soak for a little while because it was actually a couple of days that I picked these. So I just wanted to reconstitute them a little bit and chop them up. But anyway, I gathered some ingredients. I have some feta cheese, which I started to crumble. I'm going to crumble this whole thing, but I want to show you the package. When you get feta cheese, you should get a whole block rather than the stuff that's pre-crumbled, because you know, that way you make sure that it's as fresh as possible. If you get it crumbled already, it's usually loaded with preservatives and other, you know, ingredients that they put in there to keep the cheese from molding, to keep it loose. Anyway, you just want it as fresh and as pure as possible, basically. I chopped up an onion, and this is some green onion, which I think I need to go downstairs and get some more, and it's a little bit of minced garlic. And I also need to go downstairs to get some parsley after I feed the chickens. But I think what I want to do is just go ahead right now and chop up these greens and maybe saute up the stuff, and after I finish that, I'll get the parsley so I can toss it in later. Cooking this. Got some coconut oil. I don't know, that's about a couple tablespoons. Okay, so the coconut oil is almost melted. I'm going to toss in the onions. Basically wilted down, they're starting to turn golden. You know, just toss in a few leaves at a time. the Swiss chard and sweet potato leaves. So now I'm gonna mix the feta cheese with some cream cheese. This is room temperature cream cheese, 8 ounces. I'm just gonna basically mix them both together. And then when the spinach mixture is cooled, the Swiss chard mixture, then I will mix them both together. And that'll be the filling for the initially, but I'm going to show you the leaves. It's not a lot, so I decided I would go ahead and chop up the stems anyway and saute them and just toss them in when everything is cooled off and ready for the next step. So, chopping this up. So I'm just going to scoop this up and put it into the bowl. It's still pretty warm, but it's not as hot as we started, I guess. So I'm just gonna let that cool in there with the cheese mixture while I cook up the stems. I got it again. I think this has been about not quite 10 minutes, maybe 7-8 minutes cooking. And the stems are nice and tender. As you saw, I salted them just a little bit. I'm just going to let them sit covered while they cool and allow them to cook a little further. So I put in the stems. I already mixed the cream cheese with the feta cheese, and I'm going to toss in 1 egg. It's already room temperature. And I'm going to toss in the green onion. And I just picked some parsley. Okay, so I got everything combined. chopped up the parsley with the scissors, and I'm going to cover this now and let it refrigerate for overnight, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to put this together with the phyllo dough. Got a stick of butter, I'm going to melt it, and I need to open up this box of phyllo dough. This is a pound, and I got my mixture ready, my filling. It sat overnight. It's nicely chilled, and I'm gonna start assembling. Okay, here's the phyllo. Turns out there are 2 packages in that 1 pound package, so this is just one package, one 8-ounce package. And when you open it up, you want to make sure that you keep it covered with a damp cloth. This is just a spray bottle that I keep full of water. I don't use it for anything else other than water. So I'm dampening this thing. I'm just gonna keep the damp side on the phyllo, just to keep it from drying out. It dries out very quickly. Okay, so here we go. Be very careful with the phyllo sheets that you don't rip them up. Just be very gentle, very careful. So I'm going to stack 3 sheets. They're not very big, but they certainly will do. I'm going to butter each layer nicely. Some people say generously, some people say lightly. I'm going to do something in between because I don't think it needs to be that heavily buttered, but at the same time, you want to make sure that everything, all the whole sheet gets covered, because if you don't if the butter doesn't hit the dough, it just comes out dry and flaky and weird and not too pleasing to the palate. So you have to be sure, especially these corners. These corners always end up getting really dried out. So I'm going to do this next sheet. This sheet I'm going to be a little bit less heavy-handed, but still making sure that all the edges get nicely covered in butter. There you go. Okay. I don't necessarily think you have to butter this last layer, but I will. Make sure you get those nice edges well buttered. And now I'm going to cut this in half. Okay. Good. Alright, so got my filling here. This is just my tea for my breakfast. I think this is about 2 tablespoons worth. What do I have here? Alright. I'm just going to kind of Push it down a little bit, make sure I get it in the corner. And you're basically just folding this triangle. And see here, it's sealed. And then you got one last fold. And there's a beautiful spanakopita triangle made with Swiss chard. It's gonna be delicious. Now I have not tasted it, but it smells yummy. I'm gonna do the second one. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep doing this. Made a few, and I'm just gonna bake up a couple in the toaster oven while I finish making these, while I use up my filling. I'm gonna stick these in the toaster oven at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, that was about 20 minutes. Okay, so here it is. It looks so crispy and nice. I'm using chopsticks because I don't know, I just like chopsticks. Flaky, buttery. That was just Feta though. It's very hot. I love Feta dough. Alright. Woo! It's very good. When I decided to put the stems in there, I thought that it would bother me, but the stems are nice and tender, and I actually like the texture in there with the stems. And of course, the feta cheese, cream cheese. I taste the onion and the garlic. Everything is really pretty well balanced. It needs to cool off quite a bit more so I can really actually taste the flavors. Right now I'm just burning my tongue. So yummy. This is a good breakfast. Wow. I'm really surprised about the stems. I can taste the stems. I can taste the texture. And I'm really liking that. I'm trying to think. It doesn't really taste like spinach. It tastes like Swiss chard, but it's really good. I have to be honest, I never liked Swiss chard very much. That's why it's growing at the garden like that, because I don't know if too many people like Swiss chard either. I know I don't really. I don't like it as a green, just cooked like that. The way that I normally cook greens, I just, you know, chop them up, saute them in garlic, a little salt and pepper. I'm good to go, but I don't like Swiss chard like that. But like this, I could eat this every day. And I might just, because I've made a bunch of triangles. And it's really mostly for me. I mean, I'll keep them in the fridge for appetizers in case anybody comes around. That almost never happens. So I'm just gonna, well, I don't know, I might, now that it's holiday time, Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's Day. Maybe I'll keep it around for that. I can say, but anyway, this is good stuff. You should try this recipe. Thanks for watching.